Hi, this is your host, attorney Michael Potter, and in this segment we're going to look a little more carefully at something called the Retirement Inheritance Trust. Now, you may not have heard of this before, and maybe your CPA or attorney hasn't either, but it's a relatively recent development in the law that really bears taking a close look at. Now, as you already know, when you fill out an application for any type of retirement plan, an IRA, a KEO, 401k, 403b, etc., all of them ask you for a beneficiary designation. And for most single people, that might be their best friend or their parents or their siblings. And for married people, that's usually their spouse. And yet, what they don't tell you is you have other options that might take care of those same people, but protect them in the long run. And that's where we should discuss the Retirement Inheritance Trust. Now, as you know, once you leave money to someone and you're gone, you have no control over protecting it or making sure that it doesn't get dissipated. Let's say that you leave your money through your IRA down to your children or your grandchildren. You know what often happens to it in the majority of cases? They cash it in, they pay the taxes, and off it goes. Maybe the money gets spent on a vacation or a new roof on the house or a new car, or they just spend it. And then the opportunity to grow that money and have it benefit them through their whole lifetime is now gone. That's what happens the majority of the time. But look at what we can do by using the Retirement Inheritance Trust. Well, let's take a look at a couple of examples to see how this might work. Let's say that you're the widow or widower of your spouse, and now you'd like to leave what remains in your retirement account, the amount that you don't use up by death. You'd like to leave what remains of that down to your kids or maybe even your grandchildren who have an even longer life. With a good bit of planning inside of the Retirement Inheritance Trust, you can benefit that grandchild for all of their remaining life. The money doesn't have to go away just because they blew it, or they made the wrong choice of marriage partner, or they went through a business breakup or a lawsuit. The Retirement Inheritance Trust has provisions built into it that protects your heirs from all of those misfortunes. Well, as usual, I've given you a lot to think about, and I'm sure you may have some questions. And if you do, we're here to help you, and we're glad to help you with any question you might have. I'm attorney Michael Potter, and I look forward to seeing you in our next segment.